When was school no longer your safe space? The classroom door slammed open, and a German Shepherd lunged into the room with 2 cops with hands on their weapons. We have probable cause that someone in this room caused 20 overdoses to the local high school students, the bigger cop said, his badge reading, Sergeant Scrim. The dealer is here. Our dog's never wrong. 20 overdoses? That happened last week at the rival school. 3 kids had died. It was all over the news. Fentanyl-laced pills that looked like Adderall. But why were the cops here? You can't just... Ms. Griffin tried to argue, standing from her desk. Ma'am, sit down, or I'll arrest you for obstruction, Sergeant Scrim barked. She sat face pale. The dog started working the room systematically. Its name tag said K9 Thor. Every step deliberate, nose hovering inches from backpacks. Kids pressed back in their chairs as it passed, some lifting their feet like the floor was lava. Amy Johnson started crying silently. Darren Whitmore, who everyone knew sold grass behind the gym, was literally shaking, sweat dripping onto his test paper. The dog paused at his desk, sniffed twice, then moved on. Thor worked his way down my row. Judy, nothing. Harland, nothing. Then me. The dog stopped, circled my desk, sat down firmly, staring at me with those intense brown eyes. That's the signal, the handler said, hand moving to his radio. That's our guy. Positive alert. What? I stood up, my calculator clattering to the floor. The whole class was staring. There's some mistake. Hands behind your back. Sergeant Scrim was on me in 2 strides. I don't even drink, I protested as the cold metal cuffs clicked tight. I've never touched drugs. Test me right now. I'll pee in a cup. Save it for booking, the younger cop said. The bigger cop grabbed my backpack, dumped it onto Ms. Griffin's desk. Books, calculator, protein bars, SAT prep guides, everything crashed down. My laptop hit the corner of the desk and the screen spiderwebbed, then went black. 4 years of saved money for that laptop. Nothing here, Scrim muttered, sounding disappointed. He pawed through my things again, checking every pocket. Check his locker, the younger cop suggested. Dealers always have a stash spot. They marched me down the hall like a convicted criminal. Every classroom we passed, faces pressed against door windows. I saw my ex, Lauren, looking horrified. My basketball teammates confused. My locker combination fumbled in my shaking hands. 17-35-9. I'd had the same combination since freshman year, but suddenly couldn't make my fingers work. Scrim got impatient and shoved me aside, making me tell him the numbers. They tore through it like animals. Old tests fluttered to the floor. My lucky basketball shorts from when we made states. A moldy sandwich I'd forgotten about that made the younger cop gag. Nothing else. Where is it? Scrim grabbed my shirt, pulling me close. His breath smelled like coffee and cigarettes. Where's your stash? I don't know what you're talking about. I study. I play basketball. I go home. Nobody's that clean, the younger cop said. Thor was sniffing me again, going absolutely ballistic. Barking, jumping. The handler had to use both hands to hold him back. Whatever he had contact with it recently. This is the strongest alert I've seen from Thor in 2 years. You're going to tell us where it is, Scrim said, shoving me against the lockers. Those 3 kids who died, their parents are planning funerals instead of high school graduations. You did that. I don't even know anyone at the other high school. My voice cracked. Car, Scrim said suddenly. Where do you park? Blue section, but they dragged me through the main entrance. The whole school was watching from windows now. I could see phones pressed against glass. Everyone recording my perp walk. This would be on everyone's IG within minutes. In the parking lot, they made me point out my car. The used Mitsubishi my parents got me for my birthday. Navy blue. Dent in the bumper from when I was learning parallel parking. The Thor walked right past it like it didn't exist. Instead, the dog lost its mind at a white BMW 3 spaces over. It practically climbed the door, barking and scratching like there were stakes inside. Thor was trained not to damage property, but he was fighting against that training. Open it, Scrim demanded, pulling me toward the BMW. I can't. Don't play games. Open the car. I literally can't. Kid, you're looking at 20 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Life in prison. The death penalty is on the table in this state for fentanyl deaths. Open the car. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely get my keychain out. I pressed the unlock button on my car fob. My Mitsubishi beeped and flashed its lights. The BMW didn't move. Wrong button? Scrim grabbed my keys, started pressing every button. Lock, unlock, panic, trunk. My Mitsubishi went crazy, honking, flashing, chirping. The BMW sat silent and still. Why won't your key work? He screamed, frustration boiling over. His face was turning red, veins popping on his forehead. Thor was literally trying to eat through the BMW's door now. Whatever was in that car was more than just drugs. Thing was, this BMW was my girlfriend's car. I could go free if I just told the cops so right now. I didn't want to snitch on her, but then Scrim turned to me. I'm done with you, and took out his handcuffs. Full story on channel linked below.